I think nobody's safe in the league, but I think he's going to do a good job. I think he's the player for the big scene, even though I thought in Dallas he had something special going.
You know, innocent kid, same time, just ultra talented, whole world's in front of him. You want to protect people like that too, because I feel like sometimes people come at him crazy, you know, which is unnecessary. You know, and he responds in his own way, but he's not from America. He's not used to the degenerative culture here.
It's kind of a pick your poison when you have two, brainiacs when it comes to the game of basketball on the floor at the same time.
Imagine a player so magnetic, so unstoppable, that even basketball royalty can't help but take notice. At just 26, Luka Doncic isn't just playing the game, he's changing how it's played. From the moment he stepped onto an NBA court in 2018, he's delivered performances that leave fans, analysts, and legends alike shaking their heads in disbelief. We're talking about no-look passes that belong in a highlight reel, step-back threes that break defenders' ankles, and clutch moments that feel like they were scripted for Hollywood. But when one of the greatest to ever play the game, LeBron James, starts applauding your every move, it means something more. LeBron doesn't hand out praise lightly. When he speaks, the league listens. So what does the king himself think of Luka Doncic? Let's take a closer look. LeBron has shared the court with some of the NBA's brightest talents: Wade, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, Kevin Love, the list goes on. But when he talks about Luka, there's a special kind of admiration. He's repeatedly praised Luka's ability to take over games, calling out his vision, his poise, and his all-around brilliance. After yet another Luka-led clinic on the hardwood, LeBron summed it up best with a simple, powerful message: that boy different.
That's the Luka that we all accustomed to, have been watching over the last 7 years. You know, especially you get that left side of the floor step back going. Pretty damn dangerous, and big time game from tonight.
LeBron James has built a career on owning the moment. He knows what it means to rise when the pressure's highest, and that's exactly why his respect for Luka Doncic carries so much weight. When LeBron talks about Luka's signature step-back three, he's pointing to one of the deadliest weapons. In the modern NBA, Luka doesn't rely on raw speed or jaw-dropping athleticism. Instead, he breaks defenders down with patience, precise footwork, and world-class shot-making. The scary part? Everyone knows what's coming when Luka shifts to his left, and yet no one seems able to stop it. That move has iced games, shattered dreams, and lit up scoreboards countless times. And if LeBron, who's faced and played alongside some of the best shooters in history, calls Luka's game pretty damn dangerous, you can take that to the bank. But it's not just the clutch moments that impress LeBron. He sees the bigger picture. In another interview, LeBron spoke on what it means to share the floor with someone like Luka. To him, Luka's not just a star for today, he's a generational force. A player who elevates an entire team and shifts the direction of the league.
You know, just the excitement of being able to add a caliber player like that, a generational talent like that to our franchise, is something that's given me energy, and and I'm looking forward to seeing what we get.
It's not just anyone talking, it's LeBron James, a four-time NBA champion, Finals MVP, and one of the most decorated players the game has ever seen. And he's saying that Luka Doncic gives him energy. That alone speaks volumes. Luka isn't just another elite talent. He's a game changer, the kind of player who can shift the entire landscape of the league. The centerpiece every franchise dreams of. A superstar not just for his numbers, but for the way he elevates everyone around him. And it's not just talk. When LeBron shares the floor with Luka, you can feel the connection. Their chemistry is electric. Much so, LeBron himself likened it to a quarterback and wide receiver in perfect sync. The timing, the vision, the understanding, it's all there. When two of the game's most gifted minds link up like that, it's not just fun to watch. It's not just fun to watch his historic...
I'm a natural-born wide receiver, and he's a natural-born quarterback, so it fits perfectly. You know, I've been running the floor and running lanes like pretty much my whole life, and he's been throwing great passes pretty much his whole life. So it's not hard to get a rhythm when it comes to that. You know, it's all about eye contact and him being a great quarterback like he is, and me being the recipient of it. So
slot that sink in for a moment. LeBron James, one of the most intelligent and accomplished players to ever grace the court, is calling Luka Doncic the quarterback of their duo. That says everything about Luka's next-level vision. Luka doesn't just read plays, he anticipates them. He sees the floor like a chessboard, always thinking 3 moves ahead. Whether it's a no-look dime through traffic or a perfectly timed lob, Luka's passes feel more like precision art than basketball. Now pair that with LeBron's ability to slash to the rim, outsmart defenders, and finish through contact, and you've got a 1-2 punch that gives coaches nightmares. For LeBron, playing with Luka just clicks. He doesn't have to grind for looks, he just makes eye contact, cuts to the basket, and Luka puts the ball exactly where it needs to be. That kind of synergy doesn't happen often. LeBron calls it effortless. And coming from a guy who's played with Hall of Famers, that's saying something. Now enter Draymond Green, a defensive savant, known for outsmarting stars and shutting down elite offenses. He's battled LeBron in finals wars, neutralized scorers night after night, and anchored one of the most feared defenses in recent memory. So when he gives a player props, it's not out of courtesy, it's because they've earned it. And when it comes to Luka Doncic, Draymond's not just giving a respectful nod, he's welcoming the challenge.
Always fun competing against Luka when you get the opportunity to play with the greats, or play against the greats. You know, you always want to see how you stack up, what you can do to stop them. So it's always fun competing against guys like Luka.
And coming from Draymond Green, a defensive mastermind and one of the fiercest competitors of this generation, that's a serious endorsement. Draymond doesn't deal in compliments unless they're earned. So when he speaks highly of Luka, you know it's real. What makes Luka so fascinating is how he thrives in the chaos that defenders try to create. Draymond lives for the chess match, the tactical back and forth that tests every inch of his defensive IQ. But even he admits Luka is a puzzle that's nearly impossible to solve. Get physical. Luka takes the hit and still scores. Send a double. Team. He finds the open man like he's got eyes in the back of his head. Try to force him, right? He adapts and makes you pay anyway. That's why Draymond doesn't just see Luka as an opponent. He sees him as a measuring stick. Because the greatest defenders don't run from greatness, they chase it. And then there's Kyrie Irving. He's not just Luka's teammate, he's someone who gets the pressure. Kyrie knows what it's like to be a young phenom under the spotlight, with the weight of expectations pressing down every night. That's why, when he talks about Luka, it's not just about what he does on the court, it's about who he is beyond the hardwood.
You know, innocent kid, same time, just ultra talented, whole world's in front of him. You want to protect people like that too, because I feel like sometimes people come at him crazy, you know, which is unnecessary. So my goal was just to protect him, man. And that's why it goes deeper than basketball.
Ethos, not just admiration. That's Kyrie Irving stepping into a mentor's role. A veteran voice, a steady presence, and someone who truly sees Luka Doncic for who he is, not just as a superstar, but as a young man. Navigating rare air. Their bond goes far beyond pick-and-rolls or court chemistry. Kyrie understands the weight Luka is carrying because he's felt it too. He knows what it's like to be the chosen one, to win early, to be scrutinized at every turn. And that's why he's all in, not just to win games, but to make sure Luka doesn't have to walk that high-pressure path alone. Kyrie was once the teenage no-one pick. He won a title beside LeBron James. He's been at the top end under the microscope. So when he says it's deeper than basketball, he means it. Because what Luka is doing right now isn't just about stats or headlines, it's about legacy, and Kyrie is there to help him carry it. Then there's Nikola Jokic. When Jokic talks about Luka, it comes with a different kind of meaning. This isn't just one NBA star hyping up another. It's a conversation between two European giants who've broken through every barrier the league once placed in front of them. Both entered the NBA surrounded by doubt. Could their skills translate? Were they athletic enough? Tough enough? Would they fit the NBA mold? Well, now they're rewriting it today. Jokic and Luka are two of the most dominant forces in basketball, and Jokic sees something in Luka that separates him from even the elite. Grit under pressure. He's said it himself, Luka doesn't just play through the pressure. He thrives in it. And in a league where success is never guaranteed, that's the mark of someone truly rare.
It's a business, I don't know. I think nobody expected, especially not him. I think nobody's safe in the league, it seems like. But I think he's going to do a good job, I think he's the player for the big scene.
Phrase a player for the big scene isn't just a flattering soundbite. It's a statement. A recognition that Luka Doncic doesn't just perform, he elevates when the moment is biggest. Very few players dominate. Playoff basketball, at 21, Even fewer stand eye to eye with established superstars and never flinch. Luka doesn't just accept the spotlight, he owns it. Nikola Jokic knows that pressure breaks a lot of players. Some tighten up, some fade out. But Luka, he turns up the intensity. He thrives when the stakes are highest, when the arena is loudest. And when the game is on the line, and Jokic didn't stop with that one compliment. In another interview, he took it a step further, calling Luka a once-in-a-lifetime player. That's not casual praise coming from a two-time MVP and finals champion. That's a fellow generational talent recognizing another, because Luka Doncic isn't just carving out a legacy, he's doing it with poise, precision, and performances built for the brightest lights.
In my opinion, of course, maybe, I think Luka is a generational player, generational talent. Luka, I'm not saying that it is not, I'm just saying I think Luka is somebody that did we see somebody like him before who is affecting the game in so many levels, so many possessions.
When Nikola Jokic says Luka Doncic is different, believe it. He's a rare talent, smart, skilled, and in total control. Austin Reeves agrees. You'd rather play with him than against him. Some are even calling Luka the best in the world right now.